Psychology of love. Psychology of love.
Il n'y a que bonheur dans la vie, c'est d'aimer et d'être aimé. Bonjour, je m'appelle Songjali from South Korea. Today I'm going to talk about the psychology of love, how to attract and approach ladies. Are you feeling lonely? It is normal to feel lonely when you are alone. According to the Erikson psychological stages, young adult to 20 to 40 is a time for finding intimacy. Finding intimacy by developing love and meaningful relationship. Without intimacy, we will have a painful feeling of isolation, and our relationship will be impersonal. Therefore, having a lover is good for your mental wellness. And it is time for you to seek for intimate relationship. But are you single and don't know how to attract ladies? Le Opa Lee will teach you how to be an attractive man and approach ladies based on psychological studies with some empirical evidences. But I'm not here to tell you about how to attract ladies like a pickup artist. Love is not a game, my fams. I disrespect pickup arts because I consider it as a psychopathic behavior. Because the goal of pickup art is just to have sex. It's not for genuine love. Pickup art uses instrumental language to deceive and manipulate women. Just to have sex. That is why I view pickup arts as a dishonest and disrespectful practice. So let's be honest. I'm here to talk about how to be an attractive person by improving your personal traits. First of all, I would like to introduce Professor Jordan Peterson. He's one of the famous and credible psychologists in our days, and he's also one of the well-known social influencers. He deliberately explained what kind of men are attractive to women with empirical evidences in his lecture. I would like to share this clip with you guys.
Women aren't after resources. That's wrong. They're after the factors that predict resources. So what we did was we showed women a bunch of pictures. It was this, say several pictures of the same guy. So there was several guys. And each guy was in 4 conditions. The photo of each guy was in 4 conditions. Same photo, right? So one guy was poor and stupid, poor and useless. One guy was rich and useless. One guy was rich and useful, and one guy was poor and useful. So the rich, useless guy had won a lottery, and it paid out like $4,000 a month for the rest of his life. So no matter how useless he was, he couldn't squander all of it. He had resources, right? The poor, useless guy, well, we don't even have to define that. Everybody understands that. The rich, useful guy, well, that's easy to understand. The poor, useful guy worked for a non-governmental agency. It was a charity, you know, in a charitable organization. And so he had high occupational status but low income, and that wasn't likely to change. So then we asked women to rate these men on a bunch of different attributes, including personality, but also on dateability, basically, and also on probability of considering a long-term relationship with someone like this. And wealth had no main effect. The only effect was usefulness. So the poor useful guy and the rich useful guy were attractive, more attractive to the women than the 2 useless guys, regardless of their socioeconomic status. And the women judged the useful guys as higher in openness and conscientiousness, which was pretty smart because openness is basically intelligence and conscientiousness is hard work, and those are the best predictor of socioeconomic success. So yay women, good work.
From his lecture, we can evaluate that women are more attractive to useful people rather than the rich people. From his lecture, useful men have 2 traits, openness and conscientiousness, which are the predictors of socio-economical success. Promising traits that ensure future will be rich and happy for women. Openness, how intelligent are you? Are you kind enough and nice enough to listen to different ideas of others? conscientiousness. How hard do you work? How motivated are you to have a successful life? Apart from his lecture, I would like to mention one more thing, that women are attracted to healthy and muscular body. Because healthy body means you have enough energy to do work, to study, and to have sex. Overall, here you need self-improving and self-developing attitude. More time you invest to yourself, more value you will have. More value means more attractiveness. I would like to share with you guys some of the things I do to improve myself, to become more interesting and attractive. On my spare time, I do exercise, I do painting, I sing a song, I play guitar, and I practice making coffee. In the future, I'm planning to master Chinese language and Thai language for future. So what I'm telling here is, use your time wisely. When you're single, you have more time for yourself as well. So use the time wisely to invest in yourself. When you invest yourself enough, I'm pretty sure there's some people will have an interest in you. Most importantly, please take your time. Finding love takes time. So don't rush, don't be desperate, don't force others to love you. You have plenty of time. Just relax and improve yourself while waiting for love. Now I'm going to talk about 4 types of intimacies and progress your relationship with your person, and how to approach girls. So, how do you approach the person that you like? The answer is very simple. Don't be shy. Go to her and talk to her with some reasonable reason. Okay, then what is reasonable reason? I'll give you an example. When you're on the street and see a stranger, you go to her and ask her, "Can you take a photo for me?" And if she say yes and take a photo for you, you tell her thank you with a smile while looking at her eyes. And then you can start a conversation by why you like this place. And ask her question, why are you here? Why do you like this place? Etc. and etc. If she shows negative body language or not willing to continue the conversation, you don't need to feel bad about it. It's okay to get rejected, because you would also reject the person that you don't like, right? So be cool and find another person, and don't be discouraged from this, but be courageous to approach girls. You will get used to it and get better at it over time. Now I'm going to talk about how you can develop your relationship through 4 types of different intimacies. The first one is cognitive or intellectual intimacy. It's about 2 people sharing and exchanging different or similar opinions. I suggest you to approach the person with a similar idea first. Remember, agreement before the disagreement. You should try to have an open body posture, listen to her sincerely, try to have a frequent eye contact, but do not gaze her. The ultimate goal of this intimacy is to have a comfortable and enjoyable conversation. Once you reach the goal, you can proceed to have a deeper conversation, relate to personal feelings and emotion. This intimacy is called emotional intimacy. Try to empathize her emotion and try to understand feelings. You and her will feel more connected to each other. And then you should ask her out to do some fun activities together, such as running or painting. It can be any activities that you do it as a couple. This is called experimental intimacy. From this intimacy, you may have some skinships with your person, which may open a way to proceed to a sexual intimacy. Sexual intimacy is more than just sexual intercourse. It can be verbal or any form of sensual expression with each other.